Hello, everybody. Welcome to Boss Rush Podcast. I'm your host, the enthusiastic Eddie V. Joining me, as always, is the wise Wisconsinite, Mr. Jesse Douglas.
How's it going?
The streaming champion himself, Mr. Ray on Hello.
Hello.
And boss man himself, our producer, Mr. Corey Dewey.
Hello, I'm here. Yes.
Hello, everybody. It has been a long time since it's just been us four. I think after the break, I think it's been just us four. There's been various things that has came up, but us four original cast are together, ready to deliver you guys a great episode. Cause man, a lot has happened. Of course, everybody know we'll touch a little bit down on the Nintendo Direct. We're going to be talking a little bit about this GameStop issue that's going on. There's been tons of demos, tons of games that we play, and yes, everybody, we know that the coronavirus has hit America hard, and you know, a lot of us been staying in, but it's been a great time to game with that. But before we get into the housekeeping, how you guys been? How you guys been doing?
Stressed a little bit, but you know, for the most part, good. You know,
I've been better, much better, but I'm here.
I'm a year older since the last time.
Yes, happy birthday!
Yeah, happy belated birthday, old man.
Yay,
Yeah,
Jesse. Sorry, I didn't get you anything because.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't expect it from anyone.
So, but yeah,
it just surprised me, and so I'll talk about that later. But
cool.
So, before we get into the housekeeping, Corey, something happened on Nintendo Power Block and something else. Can you tell us what happened for Nintendo Power Block this week?
It only ran 30 minutes. No,
Not that.
Ed was on the show. It never runs for just 30 minutes.
Right.
I know it is.
What happened on Nintendo Power Block this week? Oh, the Direct Recap show is back. We did the Direct Recap show this week. So, yeah, because there's a surprise Nintendo Direct mini. Of course, you know, under 30 minutes, it's a mini Direct, you know. So
right after we just talked about it on Power Block.
It was crazy. We released the episode on Thursday, and literally like an hour after the episode released, there was a Nintendo Direct. And then we talked about why Nintendo maybe hasn't dropped a Direct yet. So,
were you right, or did they prove you wrong?
Well, they opened the Direct with a COVID-19 message, so I was right.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say. I was right. Hashtag Corey was right.
That's not a hashtag.
It is now.
It's not a hashtag.
If I use it, it is.
Yeah.
If you only use it though, is it really a hashtag?
Yes, still is. Watch this.
If there's one hashtag used in the silent sea of the internet, is it really a hashtag?
Wow. Jesse, something has been happening on Arsenal X this week also. Break it down. What happened on Arsenal X this week?
Oh, are you just talking about me hosting it, or?
No. What did you guys talk about? You guys did something like kind of special.
Oh, like just talking about all the games, or
what was?
Like, yeah,
I know. Ed says all these things. I'm confused.
So all the games that came out this week, you guys discussed.
Yeah.
Try to give you a hint, like.
Well, but I mean, I feel like, I guess it's special because it's been a while since we could talk about that many games at once. But to be fair, those were coming out for a couple of, for a lot of consoles, I feel like. But it was just like, like lately it's just, there's kind of things here and there about the Xbox, the new Series X, but I was like, let's make this just kind of focus on a bunch of games that were coming out, and so there's a lot of good games coming out that came out this week. All those games that we talked about just came out this week, and that wasn't even including the games that just kind of got released without any like press at all or acknowledgement. So, but.
And Ray, what's been popping off on your streaming channel?
Oh, just a little bit of everything. We've been playing Bleeding Edge. We've been playing My Heroes 1 Justice 2. playing Black Mesa because why not play an old game that's been made new? A lot going on. So we're having a good time.
That's fair. Why aren't you streaming Half-Life Alyx, dude?
Because it's a VR game, and I want to enjoy VR games in my personal space.
Okay, that's fair.
I went and I watched some of your video of you playing that Black Mesa game. That does look pretty fun.
It's fun, but it's old.
It's just
it is an old game, and you can tell that it was made a long time ago.
It's just a remake of Half-Life 1, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
It's just it's a fan remake of Half-Life 1, and they did a great job. Like, I think it looks awesome. It plays great, but you can't change the game mechanics. And it is just, you could tell that this was made at a time before first-person shooters really got the structure that they have now, and that makes it hard to play at length, knowing what you know now.
it reminds me of going back to like Halo 1 and 2 specifically.
Yes.
Because you especially that second level in Halo 1 where it's just like it's so big and like you're just like there are long stretches where you're just walking or driving the Warthog to a place
for nothing. Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay. But yeah, the original Half-Life came out in 1998. So if that tells you anything about where it's from.
Yep.
It's
when did this one come out?
Black Mesa, I think.
I
want to say
3 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Not too long. So I feel like the early, like the week of the 12th, maybe. So it hasn't been out very long. But
right before America said stay inside.
Basically. But then we got Half-Life Alyx, which I still feel like has completely revolutionized the way VR is going to work going forward.
A lot of people have been saying that.
It is fan-frickin-tastic. Like, it is. I feel like it is finally that the VR headset seller. Like, this is the one. This is the killer app, I think, so far. It's good.
For Steam?
I would say for Half-Life in VR, just in general. Not just for Steam, but for VR. Like, this game is so good.
Because I'm shocked that I wonder would it ever come like to PSVR.
Maybe. I think they want it on everything, but who knows? I think they could put it on PlayStation VR.
Of course, Valve's going to put it on their stuff first, right? I mean, that's just I mean,
the fact that they made it, compatible with all of the Rift headsets too, says that they want this to be successful in VR. Which is awesome.
Well, yeah, and they said that they completely support anyone who wants to take it and mod it to be able to be played without VR, without a headset. But they said,
I've watched some of the videos though, and I'm like, how are you going to make this work on just like a normal controller, or like,
I think at that point it becomes just it's a cool Half-Life experience at that point, but you take away literally the best part of it when you take out the VR, because this is built to be a VR game. This is the one where I'm like, no, I actually would not want to play this on a TV with a controller.
I've been watching some people, and like the throwaway enemies, like the head crabs.
Yes,
like they're like the most terrifying thing now because you're playing in VR.
Absolutely. They sucked before, but now they really suck because they can jump everywhere and they're small and they're annoying. I hate it. But I love this game. This game is so freaking cool. I'm like, but it's also terrifying at the same time because it is Half-Life in VR. But yeah, no, it's a really good time, and I encourage anybody who has a compatible headset to give this a try. Like, absolutely try this game. So far, it's my game of the year. So
I'm hoping it eventually will be something that you can play on PSVR. Like once the new console comes out, because I do plan on getting PSVR once I get a PS5. But
yeah, there'll probably be a new headset out soon after. I'm assuming. I know they said that PSVR is going to be back or forward compatible or whatever, but I'm assuming PlayStation's going to make a newer, better kind of model for it.
I'll be honest. I'm playing it on the Oculus Quest, which is on the lower side of VR headsets, and this game still looks incredible, and it plays incredible still. I also have a PC that's very compatible with VR, but it's like the headset itself could have newer tech like the other ones do. So I think the regular PlayStation VR will be able to play it just fine.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, let's get this housekeeping on, and then we'll get to our game and get down.
We're already in.
Way to ruin the conversation, Ed.
Yeah.
We've steamrolled that.
We already had to guess what we talked about on our past podcasts. We already had to cut a conversation short.
I just got to get into housekeeping real quick. You can follow us on Twitter at boss_rush_games and on Facebook and Instagram at boss_games. Join our Discord, Xbox console community, and our Destiny clan. Also, live shows have returned. Join us live on Mixer and Twitch at boss_games live. All one word to chat with us live on air. You can also find all of our content at boss_games.com. Pioneer Play Revamp, our seasonal Let's Play show is officially underway. You can go to boss_games.com Saturday from February 1st to April 4th this season. Feature games like Devil May Cry 5, Resident Evil 2, Remake, Spec Ops the Line, Monster Hunter, and more. Tweet at us with games you want to see in the upcoming seasons. Lastly, Arsenal X has returned live and on podcast services Wednesdays. Join us on Sunday Night Arsenal for the pre-show, the live podcast recording, and some multiplayer Xbox fun on Mixer and Twitch. Also, remember to check out our family of shows, podcasts, and videos on youtube.com/bossrushgames, podcast services, and of course on bossrushgames.com. Now,
you know what? I feel like that's something that could absolutely be pre-recorded and just popped in. Thanks for that idea, Ed. I appreciate that. Yeah.
That reminds me, Ray, I need to talk to you about something before you leave, which I'm going to talk to them about too. But I know you usually get out of here faster than most of us because you have like, real things to do.
I have to go poop usually after the show. So yes, you're right.
wow.
Just gotta put it out there.
You got to cut back on that coffee.
I love my espresso. I'm not gonna stop.
Hey, I went twice today already. This nasty thunderstorm woke me up at 6:45, and I went because
I was looking at the chat and I was like, "Look at this old man. He's like, this damn storm just woke me up from my nap."
Get off my lawn!
I was like, "This old man. I swear to God."
Hey, man, that's fair.
He said he was watching the Weather Channel. I'm like, what
like the truest old man. I'm coming on the Weather Channel and it still woke me up.
They've got good music.
It is relaxing.
I was just like, this is the whitest thing. Like,
what is the quarantine doing to you? It's aged us all by 20 years.
I mean, I've literally...
Yeah. What are we, president or something?
Here's the thing. I'm still working, right? Like, because my job's quote-unquote essential. So, like, I have been kind of quarantined away from my wife and kid because I deal with people during the day. Enough. So, like, I'm either quarantined in my office or, like, this little section of the couch that has a blanket and sheet on it, and then I've been sleeping. No. I've been sleeping on the couch, too, because, like, if I have it, I don't want to be rubbing up on my wife, giving it to her, and then her staying with the baby all day. So,
fair enough.
That kind of stuff.
So I guess the Weather Channel is your only friend. You're right. That makes sense.
Actually, I've been watching a lot of Giant Bomb Premium and falling asleep to it.
Oh, that's adorable. I can see you now. Yes. Oh man.
Let's get into our gaming get down. Since you suck Ray, talk more a little bit more because I want to hear about Bleeding Edge. I didn't pick it up this year.
Bleeding Edge. I've been playing that. So the way I'm gonna break it down is Ninja Theory. We're working with Microsoft, and they've created I want to call it a team brawler. And I feel like it's a slower paced, more stylized version of Overwatch, if you can believe that. And you absolutely need it's focused on team fights. You have two modes, I think. There's either control points or you could like this battery collection mode where you're running around the map collecting batteries to deposit at certain points during the round. You have attackers, healers, tanks, and I guess that's really it. Attackers, healers, and tanks are the three classes, and you pick one of those and you just kind of fight like I said, a slower version similar to Overwatch style, but less FPS-y. It's third person, and I like it a lot. I like the pace, but the team fights are literally the most important thing. If you go into a team fight and you have the right synergy and you actually have a healer, because I found that healing is very difficult in this game. It is so hard to heal. That might be one thing I hope that they kind of like do some more like testing and like tweaking, because healing is difficult. I don't care with whichever healer you have, it's hard. But I love
because of being attacked a lot, or is it just actually doing the healing?
Moving and healing is difficult, especially with a third-person game like this. To be like in the middle of a team fight, it's real chaotic and hard to see people that you're specifically trying to heal. Even with the different types of healers, every healer heals a little differently. And so I'm like, maybe that just needs just a tiny bit of work. But this is the first game I felt comfortable being damage player. Like I'm a high damage player in this game, And I'm like, I feel good because I'm actually doing my job. It's great. Like, and I feel like I can. Like, and the characters have different combos that work well. Like, the character that I really like the most right now is Nidhogger. He's like a cyborg metal like singer, and he has an axe that's actually like an axe.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
yeah. He is really.
I love
good.
his combos. His combos are awesome. He's really good at like soloing tanks, some tanks, and like basically rushing down the healers. It's awesome. I love playing with that character. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I can see why I've seen some people like, oh, it's too slow, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's a really solid pace, especially for a third-person game like this, because then you'll be flying everywhere, doing all kind of crazy stuff, and I feel like that's what makes it different. Is that its pacing is a little bit more deliberate, is the word that I want to use, and I like the design of the characters a lot. I really do. And I hope that they add more. Like I want like as much. I'm like, yeah, we just got the game, and already I'm asking for more. But still, like, there's so much potential for crazy, weird characters in this game that would really make it stand out.
That's good though. If you're already asking for more though, because like that means that you want to stay invested and keep playing.
I do. I feel like this is an easy game for people to get into. I want to say it's like an easy version of Overwatch.
It feels like this is set for Game Pass. Like it's just because I know a lot of people are not talking about it or anything, but it just feels like this is a game that you would definitely get Game Pass for just to play this game. It feels like a literal exclusive.
Microsoft also didn't advertise it very much, but
I feel like Ori got a lot of
people are talking about it.
I hope they haven't bundled it into the Series X promotion stuff though, because it's like, hey, you get in here, you already have this crazy looking multiplayer game that you can play on Game Pass, and I hope it's like they make it one of their focuses of like, look, we have another thing that the other consoles don't that you can play with our subscription service. So like, get people in this game. It's a good game. It's not really hard to learn.
Yeah, I'm really glad that this game is kind of. It seems, especially on like Mixer and Twitch, it definitely has an audience, right, to watch it at least. And I'm glad it has I'm glad it has the Overwatch vibe and not the Battleborn vibe. Too.
Oh no.
Although
Overwatch will always just be Overwatch. Overwatch will always be here outside of the bubble. That's the thing. But it does have some of that. I feel like the more charming characteristics. The characters are weird, but you like them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the Overwatch characters are more cute, and that's why you like all of them. Like, so I don't know. I like it. It's got its own style. I love its style.
I downloaded it. I'll probably play it. I'm going to try to play it tonight. I didn't really have a lot of time to play Xbox this week, but
just shoot me a message if you have time, because I would love to jump in for a few rounds.
Yeah.
So.
It feels like it's two different games. Overwatch, Bleeding Edge. You know. Yeah. And so that I could see some of the comparisons people are making, but it's just like, if you're not into action style games or been used to the way Ninja Theory has made their action style games, you maybe put off of it. But it looks like it's easy. But it looks like it's an easier game to learn.
Somebody in my chat said it's a fun version of Ninja Gaiden. That's what somebody said one day. They're like, and it's just the way it plays. It's it's like you can't get to a fight and you mash a lot, but you're mashing combos if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. So my 8-year-old son has been playing the crap out of it, and he loves it. So he, obviously he's not like gonna do the greatest in the world, but I mean he's gotten kills and stuff, and and that's all that matters is if a game can be fun even if you're not good at it.
It matters a lot.
So he's been loving it. I've played it a little bit, but I haven't gotten to it. I've just been spreading myself thin on a lot of different games lately,
I know.
So
I put it on hold because I don't think I see the physical version at stores. I think Target didn't have it.
It's probably because with everything going on, I feel like a lot of people are kind of just like aren't putting much emphasis on getting physical versions out, because especially with everything being available, to download digitally, it's just they'd rather not give people reasons to go out when they shouldn't be anyways. So
yeah, I went to the grocery store today. I'm like, man, I really wish I wouldn't have come out here.
It's insane.
5 days in of not going anywhere. So
I mean, it's. I'm excited to play it. Like I played a couple rounds during the betas, and like I really liked what I played too. So yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to approve it probably throughout the year, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I hope so. Like Microsoft and Ninja Theory, please support this game because it's a good game that is good for the Game Pass community, not just the Xbox community, but Game Pass inherently. So please.
Yeah, and that's that's typically though how games like that go is it takes a little while. They've got to kind of pay attention to what's going on, and then they usually will try to tweak things, and that's always the way it goes. Unfortunately, at first it's just a watch and wait kind of thing where they got to see how everything's functioning. And
well, see, the thing I'm scared about with Game Pass is that because it's a Game Pass game, that people can be like, all right, I downloaded, I tried it, and then they delete it, and they're done with it. So, and then community is like sparse in like a month. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, kind of like State of Decay 2. Like, because State of Decay 2 and like Sea of Thieves, both of those games are completely different compared to what they were when they first came out.
Absolutely.
And so much better.
See, I would say Sea of Thieves more so than State of Decay. Like, Sea of Thieves is a completely full experience now compared to what it was at launch.
But it feels like State of Decay 2, the way that Luke's been playing it, it looks like it feels like a brand new game.
Yeah, they've improved a lot on the mechanically and stuff like that. They've made things
they did the update.
I wanna play the new expansion stuff and all that or whatever too, or look into that stuff as well. But
anything else, Ray? You been getting down to?
I started playing Grand Theft Auto 5 again on Game Pass. And I'll be honest, it's because I had it on PlayStation 3 and then I had it again on PlayStation 4, and I don't know, it was just something about that story that really, I don't know. At the time, I was like, I don't like this, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to play this, and so I just didn't play it. So now, for the first time, I think I'm actually going to try and finish the story in Grand Theft Auto 5.
How far did you get to?
I got pretty far in GTA 5 on PS4 at least. I remember getting to the only thing I remember explicitly is the torture scene with Trevor. And then beyond that, I did a few hours more, and then I stopped playing because something else came out.
So you got to the point where it kind of switches.
So at that point, we had already had a few hard switches at that point where you're playing as one character for a while. And
what the story one when what's his name finds out what really happened.
Yes. Yep. So it was after that. It was after I got past that, and so
because if you're close to at the torture scene, I think you probably got 30% more to do, and then you're close to the end.
Probably. Yep, that makes sense. So that was as far as I made it, and so I'm like now that was a PlayStation, no cross save, so I have to do it all over on Xbox. But it's been so long that I don't really remember a whole lot, but I remember some stuff. So, and I'm actually having a good time still. It's crazy that this game is at the point now where it's still, basically it's a much better game than it was when it came out, even, which is crazy to me that this humongous game is also now better than it was when it came out. Because I remember all the problems it had when it came out. I've been able to jump in and out of online seamlessly multiple times now. It's like, no, this is a better game. It's almost like, man, if we're just patient for stuff, games are just better now after a while. So we get much better experiences. Yeah. So I'm like, that's like, okay. Maybe I should skip some of these big games until, a little while after they've been out so I can get the best version of it, which is weird to say, but there's also so many games to play now that I really don't mind. So,
yeah, see, that's the thing.
With the before you go, Jesse, I said it's so funny with the Target thing in Australia, how they had that boycott that Target Australia was going to carry it, and then it's just like, well, no one is really buying the game anymore in a sense, but they still bought it when it came out for PS4.
Of course they did.
Target missed out. Target missed out on a whole bunch of money.
I mean, and it's also one of those things where it's like I'm an adult now, So this is a game where I'm like, I can play this, and I'm kind of finding I'm seeing different things in the story that it's like, no, this is actually really well done. This is a good game. I mean, people buy it for their own reasons, but the story is an actual commentary that is, if you're paying attention, it has some messages. So
I have it on PS4. Yeah, I do. Go ahead, Jesse. What you say?
Yeah, I was
What you
gonna say that. Yeah, like honestly, I'd be completely fine with developers like if they want to come out with like their version of like a Destiny or a Division type kind of game that's that they're constantly updating and supporting, and then like take longer time to develop other games, and like actually take the time before they release a game. I'd be completely fine with that. It's just unfortunately too many people would complain if they weren't getting a game like every year by developers. Like if missed a year of Call of Duty, people would have a fit, and it's like I just don't get it. I'd perfectly be fine with games taking longer.
They did miss a year of Call of Duty, right?
Not since Call of Duty 2.
What Black Ops? What came out before Black Ops 4? Was that Infinite?
No, that was wasn't it World War II?
World War II, yeah.
World War II. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought
it was this year that there had been like a whole scruffle thing or whatever, something going on, but now they're going back to Black Ops again after this one. So
after Modern Warfare. Okay.
After Modern Warfare, yeah, that was what they had other ideas, but
so it just must have been Assassin's Creed. I thought they was gonna take a. I think that's the only one. Okay. Well,
by the way, don't forget. By the way, Animal Crossing. I'm putting that out there. But play Animal Crossing every night. God,
I saw your tweet thread of like I've never seen my town during the day. Hold on, and then you're like I get gifts during the day.
It's a completely different game during the day. I found out.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? So, yeah, no, I've been playing it every night because I've been doing other stuff during the day. And because wife and I have been doing Animal Crossing dates because this is the first game that she's ever been like, yeah, no, I want to play that. And luckily I had a second Switch. So we've been doing Animal Crossing dates every night. And it's been great. So
nice.
But no, I've actually been really enjoying Animal Crossing.
I've been really like, I really want it, but like there's no like extra cash lying around right now. So like it's been like, I'm living vicariously through the people I follow on Twitter.
Those two games were it for me, so I feel that.
I'll be like, Corey, tag me or something. Oh, it's a contest.
It was like there's like it said tag a friend, so I'm like, okay, Ed, you're up.
It goes, oh, Corey wants to talk to me. Oh, it's a contest. Okay.
Ed, dang. I like talking to you sometimes.
But no, seriously, Animal Crossing is it really, and I know the people are like, this is the perfect game for right now, and I'm like, well, it kind of is. It's actually it works. It's giving you something to do that's cute and full of like just like joy, and like you get out of it what you put into it, literally. So, well, it's fun. I like it.
Which is weird because Doom Eternal has been frustrating for a lot of people. On the other hand,
I don't know why. I've seen nothing but good things about Doom Eternal too, though.
I've heard some people have a lot of frustration with like the platforming parts and like some of the ways that like you don't have that like the pistol thing, like you don't have that backup pistol or whatever anymore, and like I don't know. I've seen like most of it. People are like, yeah, this is a great improvement on Doom 2016, except for this, and this. I guess some people have issues with like the RPG stuff in it. I didn't know there was RPG-ish.
So I'll be honest, I've always disliked platforming stuff in first-person shooter games.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Like, no, it's not a platformer. It's a first-person shooter. I can't stand it. They've been doing it since 1998 with Half-Life. Trust me. I can't stand platforming in a first-person shooter.
Well, I think besides pretty much Metroid Prime, in the sense that it works.
I mean, yeah, because Metroid Prime was kind of built as a platformer. Well, like Metroid itself.
Metroid,
as a
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, I would say Metroid Prime isn't exactly a first-person shooter either. It's just it's a first-person adventure.
That's what Nintendo calls it, a first-person adventure.
So I was like, but yeah, I've just never enjoyed platforming sections in first-person shooters. It's always been like, oh god, here we go again.
Right.
The old fable. Let's make them jump through this room with a character that's not built to jump through stuff. Like, come on. Like, really?
Especially when the area is not that big.
Exactly. And I don't know. I guess it's just I haven't played a game that's done it well enough that I care about it at this point. Every time I've experienced it in a game, it has not been fun. Nope.
Well,
So-
it's been for the Titanfall 2. That's it.
See, also a different thing. So thank you for bringing that up, Ed, because Titanfall 2, they built the movement mechanics to work well. Like that was
Yes.
one of the focuses of the game, the movement mechanics. So it does work, and I really like. You're right. So that is one really good example of platforming done well in a video game. Like
Yeah.
the first person.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are saying is they were hoping for more Titanfall style platforming in that game, and they didn't. They were kind of bummed when they didn't kind of go that route of doing it really, really well.
Makes sense, because from what I've seen of it, because I haven't watched very much Doom Eternal stuff either, because I'm like I really want to say that for it looks still super arcadey, and that's what I think it is.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is, but it's also super challenging.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fun. So, but I know that's not for everybody. Like, absolutely.
And I found out I'm playing on hard mode. I thought it was medium, but but I'm just gonna keep it on it because honestly, it is super. It's pretty difficult what I'm on. Like you're like always fighting to regain health and ammunition and everything at every moment. So like, it's been very challenging what I'm playing it on, but at the same time, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. And I'm playing on a controller. A lot of people are saying that really the best way to play it is with a keyboard and mouse because you need to have such precise shots and stuff in this game that it's really not made for controller like the first one was. A lot of people are saying that the first one was much more accessible to controller, whereas this one, it definitely makes it much more challenging to use a controller for it.
Okay, well, I mean,
because of the weak points.
Is there some keyboard mouse support for this one on Xbox and PlayStation?
I believe.
You don't have any excuse, y'all. Plug your mouse and keyboard into your Xbox and PlayStation and play the dang game.
Well, Jesse, what games have you been getting out to? Is that on Ray?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some other stuff, but that's all that's important.
All right.
So yeah, obviously I've been playing Doom Eternal, and I have been enjoying it. Like I'm not super far into it yet, but I can see people's complaints. Like one of the things that I definitely was like, okay, this really doesn't need to be in here is the whole like Tomb Raider jump to the bar, swing over to another area thing that they put in it.
I did see that and thought that was really weird, and I was like, God dang it!
Like what? Now they're putting Tomb Raider in this. I'm like,
I did that because I played a little bit. I'm not too far in it, and I'm just like, wait, when did they have this in the Doom franchise?
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, I think they like I said, the game is good, like overall from what I've played, but I think they just tried a little too hard to put too much stuff in it to make it feel like a bigger game or like a broader game. And and it is what it is. Like like I said, I'm still enjoying it. But yeah, there's just some things I feel like they could have maybe done without. And then I haven't really gotten a chance to play much more Animal Crossing. My kids have been playing it, but I haven't really gotten to it much. My whole family has been playing my Switch. Like lately, they, like the kids with having the whole homeschooling stuff. Like you're trying to find substitutes for gym class, and they've been going on bike rides or things like that or whatever. But lately, like with ARMS being free to download for right now, I downloaded ARMS, and so they were trying that out this morning as their gyms to have something that makes them active while they're playing.
You need to teach your music by teaching them the R-Stay song.
Yeah, and then there's I think it's just a demo or something, but there's like a boxing game where it's kind of like Dance Dance Revolution, but you're boxing on Switch. So like it will, like there's the things that will go up, and then it's like you have to uppercut when it shows to uppercut or punch to
the new Ring Fit.
No. It's a regular, just a regular game that's
interesting.
standalone.
About to say, ARM sounds weird now.
Because it's the full game that they got.
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm talking about they're playing another game that's a boxing. No, it's not part of ARMS. I don't.
Oh, it's a completely separate.
Yeah, I think it's a separate thing.
Oh, fitness boxing? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's just a separate game. It's just a fitness game.
Yeah. They've been playing that and stuff too, and just things to keep them active while having to be stuck in the house and still have fun doing it. Because ultimately I think the Switch is works out perfect for this. So all you doomsday preppers out there, if you wanna prep for something like what we're doing right now write it down if this ever happens again. Switch.
People because buy the Switch.
Yeah, for sure. But I played some Modern Warfare. Me and Ray were able to team up and play a couple of games, and then I had every intention to watch his stream afterwards, but then I ended up having to go do family stuff. But
you mean you gotta live life? I understand it. That happens.
One of these days,
nobody lives their life.
Sure. I mean, now you find it out.
I live my life to the fullest.
That's right, Ed. That's right.
And then out of all those games that me and Corey talked about on Arsenal X, the one that I was really excited about to try was the Moons of Madness. So I ended up picking that up the other day, and I played about an hour of it this morning when I got done with work. And that game, right off the bat, starts with the jump scares, right out of the box. I
have played this, and
yeah, because he was doing this on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like it. I'm normally not super into the more walking simulator type games because ultimately it does feel like it's more of a walking simulator. I was a little disappointed that you couldn't drive the vehicle when it says that you had to pilot it and stuff. I was like, I wish I could actually drive.
It seems like it's more a story being told to you as you're walking, you're experiencing it. I can feel that. So it's I know some people were expecting it to be more interactive. But it's Gone Home with actual jump scares.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's just it's the perfect amount of interacting. I love that you have to go through the whole through the process of things. When you're gonna go outside, you got to put your helmet on, and then you gotta fill your oxygen tank, and then you change the pressure in the cabin. And then you can open the door, and then and you gotta reverse that when you're going back into the vehicles and things like that. And there's tons of stuff around that you can read, and a lot of times that's not my favorite type of thing in a game either. But I'm finding this an interesting enough story that's being told that I actually am enjoying reading through everything and learning more about what's going on. It's honestly, it's a great game for the $30 or whatever, or $40, however much it is. I think it's 40, isn't it? $39.99 or something.
What, Moon of Madness?
Yeah, either $29.99 or $39.99. I don't know.
Maybe $29.
If only we all had something in.
We have these future machines that enable us to do anything.
But well, you guys are looking at
$29.99 done.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely, I feel like it's worth the money. So far, I'm really, it's really immersive, and it looks good enough. You can tell it's a lower budget game, but it still looks really good for the budget of game it is. It's not the most realistic looking thing in the world, but it does the job, and it gets you to the the amount of immersion that you need to be in to enjoy it.
So Jesse, it is $29.99 on Xbox.
That's what Ray literally just said.
Oh, I didn't hear him. Sorry, Ray. I think you cut out when you said it. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Selective hearing. It's okay.
Well,
Ed only likes to listen to himself talk, guys.
But yeah, so like I've been enjoying that, and definitely looking forward to getting back into that some more. And I'm still like, I've started a couple of games in my backlog, and I'm just having a really hard time sticking to one genre right now. Like I just want to have different experiences. So like I did play a little bit more of Far Cry 4, but man, after playing 5, I'm just finding it really hard to enjoy 4 because 5 just improved on everything so much. It's just it's hard to go back to that because like 5 is just so much better. So much better.
Yep, I love 5. 5 was awesome.
So yeah, that's mostly like what I've been playing. So
nice.
Ooh, awesome. Boss, what have you been getting down to?
Well, I'll keep it short since we're already almost an hour into the show, and we
do not censor our conversation.
I've been mostly playing my Switch. I've been playing The Witcher on Switch, and really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I'm on the search for Siri right now, so yeah. Shut up, phone.
Okay.
I did not mean you.
Yeah. That was a bad choice for a name in that game.
I know. I hope you guys didn't hear that. But anyways, I've been playing that. I've been playing. I'm about 10 hours in now. I don't know if I'm ever going to finish that game, but right now it's really scratching that itch that Assassin's Creed and Zelda kind of have evaded me. So it's kind of filling that void. I've been playing Madden online, and
okay, all right.
Yeah, it's really laggy and it sucks online.
Oh no!
But I am 8-2 online, so main kids quit. So that feels good. Although I think it's just like once you get ahead, people are just like, nah, I'm quitting. So because like I haven't really been beating anyone terribly bad, right? Like I mean, I think the highest I've been up is like 14, and they're just it's like the third quarter, and they're just like, I'm quitting. So I'm like, okay. And then they go through that whole thing where they're like, oh, friendly quit, so nothing goes against my record. No, you're quitting. I win. It's that simple.
Interesting.
So, but man, dude, the online, like when you're playing a regular match, like whatever, it's fine. Like it feels fine. It doesn't feel great, but it feels fine. When you're playing online, dude, there's like a half a second lag between the button press and what your player is doing. It's basically a turn-based RPG at that point.
Technical RPG.
Yeah,
jeez,
pretty much. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like especially when you're running the ball, it's like I got to guess to see if this guy's going to like meet me here. So I'm going to press a spin move 5 yards away from him and see if I can switch directions on him. So,
Wow.
So Bad Online sucks, but I'm still playing it because it's kind of that mindless game for me right now. Like most people go into first-person shooters and murder people. Madden's like the go-to for me right now. So
murdering people with football. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I'm just,
I don't know. I'm just murdering people with football.
I mean, kind of am. 7-2. You can find me on Xbox at Corey HD 713. I'll play you.
You heard that? That's the challenge for everybody. The gauntlet has been thrown.
The red flag has been thrown. The challenge.
My bad. I didn't speak football. My bad.
It's all right. So I've also been playing Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Oh.
I have started a new game because I was like halfway through the second world, and I'm like, I don't really remember what I'm doing or really how to play this game, so I'm going to start new. And Tell you what, man, that's a fun little tactics game. It's
I feel that. Like, I think that's why I stopped playing that game just overall, because I got so far, and then I popped back into it one day and didn't remember anything, and I was like, well, I'm not starting this over.
yeah.
Back in a box of ghosts.
Yeah, so I've been playing that, and I also I've been itching to play a JRPG, but I can't decide whether I want to start Dragon Quest or continue my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 quest. So
how about you do Final Fantasy 12?
No, listen to Ed. No. If you're going to start one, start Dragon Quest 11.
No, he can't do Dragon Quest 11. I have to be the first before he does.
Ed, you
It's
still
going to
need
take him a while. Don't you
Ed,
worry.
Ed, how far are you in Breath of the Wild? Did you beat it yet?
Ooh, Ed.
This deciding one that looks so good.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, no, but for real though, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is fun. I personally do not like the battle style of that game. I don't like the combat, and it's the main part of the game. So therefore, I don't really have a lot of fun with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I love that game.
I have the problem with the map.
But Dragon Quest 11 is like, if you want a really good JRPG to play,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah, well, I played the demo. I played the demo all the way through, and I really enjoyed the demo. And then I got it when it was on sale, and then it just kind of sat on my Switch, and it was
that is a game that I understand, unless you're like a true fan of that series, like, you know, been playing all of them forever. I can understand why that would happen.
Yeah.
Because it's a game that you can absolutely go back to though, and like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've been playing this game for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, it'll happen. So.
Yeah, no, it's a game that I really want to play because I really liked what I played in the demo, and I have been meaning to get back to it, but you know, been busy and playing other things, and honestly, the Witcher has kind of captivated me in a way that I didn't think it was going to, because the first
it's a super good game, so I see why.
The first 3 times I tried to play The Witcher, I just was not into it, and now now that I can just kind of pop in and play it for like 15 minutes on my Switch and turn it off or whatever, like the way I've been playing is I'll do like 2 or 3 parts of a quest line, and then I'll just turn it off for the night and then go to bed or whatever. And but yeah, The Witcher has kind of captured me in a way that I didn't think it was going to. So
I think you should see through The Witcher first, to be completely honest with you. That game will surprise you. Like it's still one of my favorite games ever made. So I really do think you just kind of see where The Witcher takes you.
Yeah. No, I'm going to. So I'm in this place where like we can't really go anywhere unless I'm going to work, and I kind of like want to switch it up a little bit, you know. But that's why I started playing Mario plus Rabbids again, is because like I don't want to play 2 RPGs at the same time, because that sounds like a terrible idea. So even though Mario plus Rabbids is technically a strategy RPG, but you know,
it's so good, so good.
So. That's kind of all I've been playing. So, I've also been playing Disney Emoji Blitz on my phone. So, that's been fun.
The randomness. I thought I had wacky random stuff.
Hey, man, I like my emojis that I'm unlocking. Okay. Did you unlock Sebastian the Crab for your emoji list? No. Did you unlock the green alien from Toy Story? No. I did. Suck it.
I've been.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Wow.
Disney Kingdom emoji. Okay, yeah, never heard of that, but I've been playing the Seven Deadly Sins mobile game. You know.
Yeah. Well.
I've been playing Angry Birds too.
Oh my god.
I have not played any kind of mobile game. I'm gonna keep it like that.
But that's
I love mobile games. Mobile games. I could do a whole episode about mobile games. Let me tell you, there's some great mobile games out there right now.
And how's
just your standard solitaire too is good.
Yeah, Solitaire's great.
Okay, this podcast has officially jumped up 30 years in age. Got it. Nailed it.
No, for those 2 it has, not for I.
Well, I've also
sometimes-
been playing the equivalent to Bubble Bubble on phone too. So.
To be fair, my wife yells at me when I play Solitaire because it's just one of those things where you click the card and it just goes where it's supposed to. Instead of actually just thinking your way through Solitaire.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I've never actually played solitaire.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And it's only
You're all-
and I
You've
switched
never
it
played solitaire?
I've
No,
switched,
you're all a bunch of phonies. Now I know.
I switched it to 1 card draw instead of 3, so it's like really easy. It's basically just a clicker at that point.
I do that. I do it that way too.
So
I play it physically though sometimes, where I lay the cards out on the table.
Now you're like an 80-year-old man. Okay. I was hovering around like 50, where like I had to call Gateway customer support to fix my computer. Okay, now you're just.
They ask you to turn it off and on again.
Gateway's garbage.
Gateway doesn't exist anymore, Ed. So
I know.
Haha. Anyway, Ed, what have you been playing?
So the games I've been getting down started
not
with
mobile games?
Switch, not mobile games. On Switch, been doing some more Animal Crossing. Trying to get my store up. With Tom Nook and everything. Pay my camp off. Now I have a house. Now I gotta work on getting that done. Been playing 3000 Duel on Switch. Really loving this game. It's a mix of Metroid and a Souls game. It's just so much fun, like just tearing through folks and getting really powerful. Really just been enjoying it. Played a lot of Chasm before the recording. Like I've been playing it here and there, but like yesterday night, I just probably put 2 hours in. I played it straight through and just making progress. I'm like, I'm enjoying this game. I'm like, oh wow. But then I switched it to PS4, started playing Yakuza Kiwami.
Yeah.
And I like I said, I've been in the original Yakuza. I actually bought Yakuza Kiwami 2. It was on sale for $20 for a PSN. And I really enjoyed it. Kind of like it, the changing of the styles of it, but I keep forgetting that I'm like, oh, I remember these fighting the bosses are 5 to 10 minutes long. And so I have to figure out what I need to do, which style works the best, so I can beat them quickly and everything. But I really enjoyed it. It's a good throwback to me. I can't wait till I'm done with 1 so I can play 2, because I never got to play Yakuza 2. And Kiwami 2 I'm looking forward to. Then I switched it to my Xbox. I beat Half Jenny Hero earlier this last week. I just got to post it on the Boss Rush Games Facebook group. Played a little bit more of Control, getting through that. Kind of enjoying that. Still having technical problems with it. Just I don't like the stuttering that this game has after you pause and the long times after.
Did you turn the motion blurring off?
Yes, I did. And I'm still.
Did you turn the other? There's something else that you have
still
to turn
having
off
that.
there.
Still having that.
Well,
problem.
that's right. You're playing on the S, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm playing on the S, but I'm just still having that problem. Just I understand, people love this game, but I'm just like, why didn't Remedy patch any of this? It feels like they didn't patch none of it. It feels like they just 505 and they'll just put it out and that was it. It feels like there's no patches to it, but I enjoy what I played of it and stuff. Picked up a game called Overpass. This is actually my first dirt racing game on it. It's kind of cool. I was just playing a little bit of it, trying to learn. I got to go through the season to learn the tutorial. And it has real kind of mechanic physics for dirt racing. Literally, if you damage your car, it will show you, and so that affects you trying to race to get to your best time. So 3/4 of my car was super damaged, and while trying to keep the car straight, it was leaning all the way to the right off the thing, and I was just like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, they do that in Wreckfest too.
Structural frame damage.
Yeah.
Well, I'm used to playing Forza and arcadey stuff, so you'd be able to damage stuff, and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, my car's still fine. I can just go." But I didn't expect it. Me and my manager at work been talking about it, so kind of enjoying that. It was really interesting. I'm being tempted to get Need for Speed, the last Need for Speed game, Heat.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to come to EA Access, unless it's already there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah,
too.
I know.
Yeah, Heat.
I really like it. It's good.
Yeah, Heat and Star Wars is what I'm waiting for to pick up, for them to go on sale a little bit more.
Ray,
Go ahead, Jesse.
Do you have Wreckfest, Ray?
Is it on Game Pass?
No.
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 It's such a good game. Because did you ever play the Destruction? You played the Destruction Derby games, right?
Oh yeah, back on PS2.
Yeah. It's basically a modern day version of that, where like when you get hit in certain areas, it affects how your car drives. But it's a demolition derby game.
The secret about me is I used to play a lot of NASCAR games on PlayStation 2.
Well, dude, those were some of the best games to play. Like the Formula One racing games were a lot of fun. Like, that was mostly what I played during that time too. Was just racing.
Played a lot of racing sims, Gran Turismo, NASCAR, Jetmoto. Yep, a lot of racing games. So that's a throwback for me.
Yeah. Wreckfest is a fun time though, especially for like a stream. Like if you do the online play where you can play as like a bus and people are driving as like combines, and you're on a couch with jet, like a jet behind it or whatever. It's craziness. It's just pure craziness, but it's so much fun.
I still need to get it, Jesse. Like, it's on my list.
I know. Like, because once you get it, I want to, like, we should try to play it one night or one morning.
We still, look, Jesse, we still got to go do, we still have Rooted for the Ashes to get through.
Yeah. Y'all better go download Battle for the Grid.
Well, Corey has Remnant from the Ashes too.
Battle for the Grid?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass, right?
Yep, it's on Game Pass now. And so is Remnant,
Yeah, I know. I have them both downloaded. I just didn't know if they took them off yet or not. Because like sometimes you go to click on a game that you're like, oh man, that was on Game Pass, and I downloaded it, and it's gone, like Batman.
Yep. That and freaking City Skylines is gone. I was like, what? Come on now. But all right, that's okay.
Yeah, I haven't started my Shadow of the Tomb right on PS4 yet. I'm so excited to do that, play that game again.
Yeah, I bought that. I just bought that because it was on sale, and I had a little extra cash from trading points in. Because even though Ed bought a Doom Eternal for me, it still counts as me buying it, so I still get the 6,000 Microsoft points for it. Nice. So basically, I got the game for free because he bought it for me, and I got an extra 600 points that I could trade in for like what, $5.
So basically, they paid
plus
you to
play
Doom
Plus, they gave me $5.
They paid you to play Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Plus, I got $5 because it's season 2 of Fortnite, and Microsoft said, "Hey, it's season 2 of Fortnite, and to celebrate it, here's $5 you can use for whatever you want." So,
I'm trying to give somebody a certain game, but they don't want me to give it to them, so I won't do it.
Who said that?
That sounded kind of passive aggressive, Ed. You want to talk about it?
I am going to move on, but that's all I have been getting down to as I stare at this person through the screen.
I can't tell who you're looking at. It just looks like you're looking down.
Look at his glasses. What is he looking at?
So there was a Nintendo Direct that Nintendo Direct Mini that actually dropped this week, and man, they brought it for 30 minutes. For it to be a mini, I'm just like, this is for Nintendo Direct. Ain't no way that 30 minutes is mini. Because they brought a ton.
I mean, that just means that the full one's going to be like an hour and a half. So, you know,
Clubhouse Games stole the show.
Well, they showed off Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive, BioShock Collection, Borderlands Legendary Collection, XCOM 2 Collection. They showed Ultimate Alliance 3 DLC, Shadow of Doom, Shinsekai Into the Depths by Capcom, Animal Crossing New Horizon updates, a game called Good Job that was published by Nintendo, Catherine Full Body Ring Fit Adventure got an update. King Bodies 2 is a technical RPG that I've never heard of, but it's a follow-up. Super Smash Brothers New Fighter is coming from Ars. There's going to be more info of that in June. Bravely Default 2 they showed with the demo that's out now. Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide. Ninjala. They showed off Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, Star Wars Episode 1, Panzer Dragoon, which is available now, Then they did a montage of Trials of Mana, Fuser, The Elder Scrolls Blades, Warhammer 40,000, Mechanist, Vigor, Burnout Paradise Remastered, Saints Row 4, The Legend of Heroes, Trials of Cold Steel 3, Mr. Driller, Drill Land, Minecraft Dungeons, and then they ended it off with Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion, talking about the Isle of Armor. So just a quick rundown of all of they show. What was your guys' favorites, or what did you think of the direct?
Like I said, like right when Clubhouse Games started, that's when I started paying attention. I slept through the whole beginning of it. Like I just like it's becoming more and more apparent that with like the indie directs end up being much more of what I'm interested in when it comes to Switch lately. But like that ninja game looks fun. Like I know it's you had mentioned Ed, that it was kind of like Splatoon. But
Yeah,
but at the same time I think it actually is going to do much more than Splatoon does. But
when they originally showed it, it looked like Splatoon.
Yeah,
Ninjala.
Yeah, that game looks so much fun.
Because they showed it before and it had a Splatoon look and feel to it.
Yeah.
And then it looked like they went back in and changed a lot of the game. So
Yeah.
I'm like, the Splatoon thing looks like with them chewing the bubble gum and a little bit of the art style and stuff. So
yeah, it's
just about that.
definitely much more family friendly. Like their katanas or whatever, just like pool noodles or something.
Yeah, definitely.
It looked fun.
I think the first time they showed it, I think that was like one of the biggest criticisms people had for it, is because it looked a lot like Splatoon, and they went in and changed a lot. Because like I went back and kind of watched that first trailer that they showed way back last year, and it was like, oh yeah, this is definitely, they're aiming for that Splatoon audience hard. And it kind of,
I want to know what team that is. Is it the same team?
I don't know.
No, it's an indie game.
Yeah, it's an indie developer. It's like
Really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know
Alright.
who the team is, but yeah, it's not a Nintendo sanctioned game at all. It's just a game that's coming to Switch.
All right then.
It'll probably be cross-play when it comes to other platforms at some point, I'm assuming. But yeah.
I liked that, and then like there was a few other games during that looked really good and interesting at the end there, but yeah, like I just mostly liked those little unique experiences, and just with the Clubhouse game, like I love playing chess, and just the being able to do all those little mini games and stuff online and stuff like that is just going to be kind of cool. Like I think the main reason I was excited for it is because now it gives me an excuse, like more reason to have my online for Switch, because like as it is right now, other than just like loading stuff into Animal Crossing, I really haven't been using my online at all for anything, not even like really the classic stuff. But
I forgot about the classic stuff. Thanks for reminding me.
Hey Ray, there's this whole online section that you can play classic Nintendo games from Super Nintendo.
Completely
And
forgot, because I remember that they added Punch Out recently, and I'm like, yeah, I actually want to play that.
Yeah.
So thanks.
yeah, I've played that a couple of times, but yeah, that's really, because that's
Now
really
I have
the only
reason to use this for real. Ah,
nice.
wow, there's dust on this part. God, it's dirty.
But yeah, so that was for me, like it was those couple things, and I'm hoping the bowling is good in that Clubhouse games too,
Really
because it looked like Wii bowling, so
I miss Wii bowling.
good times.
that's what I'm hoping, is this will be a good substitute for it, that it can actually play it on my Switch.
Gotcha.
What about you, Ray? Did you take anything out of?
I was really excited that we finally get Borderlands on the Switch.
Yeah, me too. Oh
I
yeah.
was talking with our friend Josh Finn, and he was like, man, I don't really know if I can spend that money on that series again. And I'm like, yes and no. I've been waiting for this on the Switch since the Switch came out, to be completely honest. I've been wanting Borderlands on the Switch. I've been wanting Borderlands Portable since Borderlands was a thing.
You mean you didn't buy it on the Vita?
Oh, I did. I bought a whole new Vita for it, and it was ass. So, I'm like, this is finally the one where I feel like, yes, I'm gonna pay the Nintendo tax to play this again in the way that I've been wanting to play it since Borderlands came out.
I mean, to be fair, it does come with all the first 3 games, right? So
Well,
I mean, it's not just
what is it?
it's not just the Handsome collection.
It's the pre-sequel.
So yeah,
the first
just a
game,
Handsome
the second game, the
Yeah.
sequels, all with the DLC.
I mean,
it just don't have the Telltale one.
Yeah.
Right, which is fine. Which I love that game. It's I love that. That's my favorite Telltale game. But yeah, I'm like, this is how I've always wanted to play it. And yeah, you can get the Handsome collection on every other console for like $15. So like $50. It's going to be a hard pill.
Game Pass,
It's on sale. Yeah, it's on sale for.
It just left Game Pass, by the way. So I was also sad about that.
Yeah.
And I already own it on Xbox, but this is my preferred way of wanting to play the game. So I'm gonna suck it up and
I'll get it and we'll have to play it, Ray.
Absolutely. I want to play it on Switch. And it's the way I've never actually finished the pre-sequel, and I've never finished Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
So
I finished 2, but I never played the prequel.
So this is the way I want to play it. So hopefully it works.
Yeah. Hopefully, I want to see if it runs single player first before I try to connect to that Nintendo Online. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. Oh, I love Nintendo, but dude, 2001 called. They want their dial-up back.
Wow. Wow, the shame.
It's true. It's true.
Just a shame.
From their landline.
No. Beep,
Well-
beep, beep, beep.
I bet Nintendo's employees all still carry around like those Nokia phones that you could only play Snake and call people on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be honest. When I say this is my conspiracy, but I've never actually seen a Nintendo employee.
Oh man, I love Nintendo.
That's
I'm so
good.
glad I run a Nintendo podcast.
wow. Anything else, Ray?
So I mean, really, everything Ninjala looked cool, mostly because it looked like Splatoon. So I was shocked by that, but I liked it. But other than that, nothing really was like, yeah, here you go, Ray. This is just for you. No, nothing really like that. I'm sure I could find some cool stuff from it, but it's like I'm excited about ARMS coming to Smash.
Mhm.
We've been like Spring Man and Ribbon Girl. Is that her name? I don't remember now. They were rumored for a long time.
It's gonna.
And so-
well, Springman was an assist trophy, so I think everybody just was like, okay, ARMS is just not coming to Smash.
Can I say something about that real quick?
Yeah.
That was a lie. They said that to get y'all to shut up. Just because they're an assist trophy does not mean that they can't be a character. Nintendo could do whatever they want with these characters.
I know.
I can say
know.
this.
I know you know, but everybody else is like, but they were an assist trophy. They're never going to come to the game as a playable character.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
It's not that. I want to thank Jesse for saying in the chat that there's possibly a RS2 coming.
No, he was saying that to make fun of you, Ed.
No. I actually do think that Ed is right, because like for them to out of nowhere just start like hardcore pushing ARMS, it's like something's more than just them, putting ARMS in Smash.
I mean, the thing is, ARMS is a very cool idea. It just didn't catch because it was like the start of the Switch. That happens all the time with games like new IPs at the start of a console generation. Like that happens.
Yeah.
And I feel like they wanted to support it because it was a really good idea.
Yeah.
It was. I thought it was.
I mean,
original.
they supported it for like a year. With
Right.
new
It is
characters
one
and
of
new
those things
content.
it was also gimmicky because it involved you using the Joy-Con. I get it, but there was something there.
There's
So
there is pro controller support though.
Yeah. See, but most people didn't know that.
I know.
And so I feel like it's one of those things that an ARMS 2 could probably do okay now.
It looks like it was supposed to be a boxing game, but some people made it feel like it's a fighting game.
I would love for it to be a fighting game. It was an awesome idea.
Where's my Little Mac DLC? Just saying.
Right? Little Mac would have been weird in that game, but yeah.
Going back to ARMS.
Like a Little Mac robot. Yeah, a Little Mac robot would have been cool.
Going back to ARMS and Smash real quick though, but I think they're gonna use a character that you can swap different skins to be different characters. No,
I just want Twintel. I don't want nobody else. Just Twintel.
The black girl.
For obvious reasons. Yes.
For obvious reasons. The leather pants.
A leather pants.
But I mean, to be realistic though, like I think there's 4 characters in that game that have very similar moves, like Springman, Ribbon Girl, and then the robot Springman, and then there was one other character that they're all very similar. So if you could like costume swap them, like the way that Bowser Jr. does with the Koopalings kind of thing, where like, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 things are different, but they're basically the same character, you know? I'm kind of getting that kind of vibe that they would go that way. Or they're just going to use Brass Max and just be like, okay, here's your one giant character, and we'll be done.
I still could see Power, what's the one Capcom game?
Power Stone?
Power Stone. I can still see Power Stone in this art style.
I can see that. You're right.
Because I think a lot of people were making like comments that's like, man, this reminds me of Power Stone, and I was like, I could see that. Anything else, Ray, or that's it?
I think that was really it. Unfortunately, it was just I'm not gonna lie. This direct wasn't like a super like game changer for me. I forget though. The one thing I really did like, I'll take that back. The one thing I actually truly did was like, yes, I want this really bad Xenoblade Chronicles remake, because the first Xenoblade Chronicles game is still the best Xenoblade Chronicles game. People can fight me on that. Like the second one is fine, but the first one's still GOAT. So this remake looks incredible. It looks so good.
People have been putting up comparison pictures and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, they really remade this game.
Yes, and I'm so glad they did. And now I just want them to do X, because I really liked X. Like please.
Yeah, I know, right?
I need
like
so much.
This game looks awesome, and I cannot wait to play through this again. I cannot wait. So yes, please.
What about you, Corey?
I mean, we already talked a lot about it on the on Pow Block, the direct recap show, but Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is probably the one standout, and Borderlands are the 2 that I'm just kind of like, okay, these are the ones I'm probably gonna pick up out of this whole thing. You know, XCOM 2 seems pretty interesting if it works correctly, because like, I mean, I know that game was pretty taxing on Xbox One and PS4 when it came out, so it's always a question not of like, yeah, theoretically a tactical RPG is great on Switch, but how's it gonna run? You know, so for me, I just think, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles, I loved it when I played it on Wii, and just watching that trailer makes it definitely one of the better looking games on the system already. So yeah, that's probably the big highlight for me for that. So that Pokemon DLC too. Also, I know a lot of people are going to be excited for that, but we already knew kind of all about all that. So
I know for me, Captain Full Body.
Captain Full Body too is. You're right. I forgot about that.
I want to play that one. I'm interested in Fuser. I don't know what it is, but it looks like it's a music-based game. And like,
it looks like a DJ game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where you're mixing songs together, which looks cool. It doesn't seem like something that I'm ever going to play, honestly.
Me and Corey was talking about the Harmonix game, that board game that they brought out, Harmonix.
Drop Mix. Yeah.
Drop Mix. Yeah, that's what it reminds me.
My wife always would say no.
Oh, no. I actually played Drop Mix. Really good game. So much fun. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of all that stood out for me. I mean, look, for a Direct Mini, it gave a lot of information on stuff we kind of already knew, plus a few surprises. So yeah, it was good. It was a good watch, I would say.
Yeah, and like the other thing I was interested in is obviously like the Star Wars games. I thought it would be kind of cool to play some of those.
I want to see how
especially the racer. Yeah, the racer again would be fun.
Bravely Default 2. I've been playing the demo of that.
I just downloaded that. I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, it's good. It feels a little bit stiff at the side.
It's definitely the 3DS version again too. Like it feels a lot like the 3DS version.
Burnout Paradise Remastered. We'll just end up rebuying.
I've already bought it twice. I'm not buying it again.
Look, Jesse, but it's EA, and I'm hoping for Titanfall 2. Some more EA support on there. Give me my dang Mass Effect Trilogy, EA. Stop playing with my emotions.
I know. Look, if you want Mass Effect Trilogy on Switch, you have to buy Burnout Paradise because it's the same game and the same audience. You know.
Pretty much. Of course, I was gonna get Trials of Mana. I'm looking forward to that. But that's pretty much it. Like pretty much all of this I want to play and get. The reason why I didn't say like Xeno and Borderlands and stuff, because that's pretty much I'm gonna get those games. I'm gonna play them. Definitely XCOM 2. I really want to play that on Switch because I enjoy part when I played it on Xbox One, and playing it on Switch just mean it's the right way to play it for me. So
We can play foosball at get Clubhouse Games, play some foosball and some
you know what?
boxing. The Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, it did have Mahjong, so I might get it just to play Mahjong.
Chinese checkers, man. It's got so many good games that I play. Battle Tanks.
Did they ever say when it comes out, or did it come out later on this year?
It comes out like April, I think, 5th or something, maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember when it came out, but I want to say April.
Yeah, so pretty much that has been the Nintendo Direct. Just running through it. I mean, we got a lot of good games. So before we get into our questions and everything, in case you guys want to know, the Trials of Mana demo is out. Resident Evil 3 demo is out. Bravely Default.
Played that. Didn't like it, by the way. Played the Resident Evil 3 demo. It's like, nope, I can't get into it. At least not right now. Don't know what's up.
I bet it's scary.
I played
no,
it.
it's not even that. This is the more action oriented of the series, and so I'm like, I should like this, but I don't.
Yeah. Did you see that mod where they changed all the enemies into Nemesis?
I saw the mod where they put him in a Speedo.
Oh wow! Hold on, for 3 or for 2?
For 3.
Oh, I didn't see that. I see the Thomas the Train one.
It's new. Yeah, they put like Nemesis in a Speedo. Oh god, and that's horrifying. So yeah, that's terrible. No thanks.
Was it like the Bruno one, like that he wears in Bruno, like where it's
it's a European Speedo. Nope, it's not like a Slinkini.
Oh.
It's a European Speedo.
Because I know
it
they
would have
did
been better in a Slinkini.
Oh god,
I know they did it. I know they did a Speedo for Remake 2.
Oh, but nope, they've already done it for the third one.
Dang. Yeah. And this is just a demo.
Yeah.
They fast. They real fast.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah, so you guys can check out those demos. That's available out now. But we're going to get into our question corner. Our first question comes from Deshaun Malone. What's happening, my dudes? I have been playing a lot of the Division 2 because I somehow feel driven to play the game because of the COVID-19 stuff. Have you found this during a very real threat? Stay safe, and I think I speak for most of your fans that we are especially grateful for podcast and streams during a time like this. Thank you, Deshaun.
Yeah, thank you.
What a nice young man.
What a nice young man.
I've been playing like the Division 2 a couple of weeks back. I think I'm gonna jump into the PlayStation 4 version because I got it there. But I think just overall, I think it's a good time just to play games to take your mind off the news and politics and all of that stuff. You know, even if you're playing something new or old, it's just a good time to like hunker down and get some games done and get some experiences. It's something that's going to make you happy and kind of like forget the things that's going on and stuff. Yeah. And definitely it allows you to talk more and connect with more people socially online. So that time all that time you didn't get to catch with your friends in Destiny, now was the time to do it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been trying to play kind of mostly lighthearted stuff or stuff that like doesn't really have to do with anything in the real world. You know, like I said, Mario plus Rabbids and The Witcher and you know, since there's no sports right now, Madden has really been something that's kept my mind off of it too. It's just, you know, it's been rough. I'm pretty safe to say that it's kind of been rough on all of us at a different level or another, right? And games is definitely a good way to distract from it. I have been thinking about going back to finish the Division 2, but I've been so busy and caught up in other things and really into my Switch library right now that I just haven't gotten around to it. So plus I've been playing Planet Coaster a little bit too, which I forgot to talk about at the top of the show. But it's that building theme parks is kind of making me sad too because of all the Disney closings and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I just, trying to keep my mind off of it has been challenging, but games has been a good way to do that. So,
yeah, and when you do want to finish Division 2, me, Ray, Ed, like all of us, we could totally have like an actual game night. Try to do a game night one night. Yeah, so that would be fun to have a full group.
Yeah,
it's gonna have to be a game day because I still sleep at night. So
that's not true.
Yeah,
quarantine ain't stopping me from sleeping at night. So
I mean, I haven't stayed up past like 11 the last like 6 months. So
man, yeah, I like to sleep. Sleep is good for my body, and so I do that. So.
Well, we got our next question by Harrison Schneider. Hey, y'all, I find you looking for pods during my quarantine, mostly to listen to and get ideas for my own podcast with my friends, and I love the show so far. Maybe you answered this before, but how did you guys start, and what did you guys set out to accomplish with your podcast? Thanks for the great content.
Oh, how did we start? We randomly found each other on the internet and started a podcast.
Yes.
I mean, not really, but it's. I mean,
yes or no, but yeah, that's what it boils down to, right? We found people who love to talk about video games that wanted to talk about video games with you, and voila.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't necessarily have to limit it to games, right? I mean, we can talk about other stuff, but I mean, look, Ed and I in particular have been podcasting for a long time. We've just been through multiple iterations of shows and whatnot. And, Jesse joined us when we started an Xbox show. And then, Ray, I found Ray on Neek. And then, Ray's been around for a while. So, I mean, we just kind of just hang out and talk. That's kind of it. I mean.
Yeah, I started as a fan of like listening to the shows, like the NGR and stuff, honestly, and then I was like chatting with you guys about stuff. You, Ed, and Corey on the side about things, and then like Corey was just like, would you be interested in doing a podcast? And I was like, at first I was like, that's like goes completely against like how I am, like because I'm not one to really like get out in front of people and try to be talking about it was just not something that I could see myself doing at first. But then I started to think about it and I'm like, oh, you know what, it wouldn't hurt to just give it a shot and push yourself out of your comfort zone and just try to do something and so then I joined, and shortly after we're like, oh, we should start an Xbox. Because that was kind of, wasn't it like you guys had been thinking about it or something, but you didn't really weren't sure about doing an Xbox, and then once I joined, you guys kind of decided we should probably do an Xbox thing or something I forget exactly how it happened. But.
What happened was with NGR stuff, Ed and I were still doing PAL Block beforehand, and we had kind of thrown around the idea of starting console specific shows for that network or whatever. And Ed and I kind of threw pilot episodes out there. And then obviously Nerds Gone Platinum became its own thing with that group. And then, Arsenal X, Ed and I were doing, and I think we were 10 or 12 episodes in when Jesse came on.
Yeah.
And we were still kind of doing it as a test run. We wanted to do a test run of episodes before we fully committed to it, and then it kind of took off and did its own thing. And then now Boss Rush is here, and we love Ray, so we invited him because we had him on a couple times on different shows back then. And then we were just like, hey Ray, you want to talk about games with us semi full time? He's like, yeah. And that's how
why not exactly.
And as far as what we want to accomplish, right? I want to accomplish things with these podcasts, right? We've over the last couple months, we've kind of thrown a bunch of stuff out there and see what sticks and what doesn't. And we've done some YouTube stuff, which, you know, we put a poll on our Twitter and it was overwhelming. Like I put on there, like, what if you guys were to, like, you know, what is your favorite part about us and what would you like to see more out of us? And it was like, you know, what's your favorite part about us? And it was like podcasts, YouTube, live streams, personality. And it was overwhelming podcasts and personality, you know, like overwhelming majority have said that. So we've kind of shifted more towards the podcast direction and doing our shows live on these platforms instead of, you know, I don't want to say wasting time, but, you know, putting less time into like pod and play, and you know we'll have a couple quick looks and stuff of these new demos and stuff that have come out, but like, you know, not focusing solely on YouTube but more on podcasts and stuff and live streaming our shows. And obviously Ray live streams all the time on his Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RayApollo. So, you know, I mean, that's just kind of where our focus is at, and we're kind of tooling some things around that to see how we can be more successful that way in a, you know, try to really take it to the next level. So
well, yeah, like one of the things like that I like personally, like I would like us to be at a point where we could actually get like copies, you know, like more things and copies of games like early or whatever, because, you know, like that's the problem, like we're still just buying them ourselves, and, you know, which is fine, but like it's kind of is almost, it feels like a waste of time if you're doing like quick looks and all that like after a game is already out. Like, unfortunately, unless you're getting like early access to stuff, like I feel like that's really the main time when you're gonna be able to, you know, benefit from stuff like that. Like, you know, and since we don't really have that option right now, it's, you know, I mean, Ray, you do get stuff early and you're able to, you know, play stuff early and things like that. And so, you know, and that definitely works out. But, you know, I think that's part of the issue too with trying to do video stuff, is it's so easy for stuff to get lost in the mess. So,
yeah,
you know, unless you're doing it the way Ray is, where he's like, you know, like that's it, like it's like almost a job for you. Like you're streaming, you're getting out there, and you're putting in all the hard work and stuff like that too. And so things like that will benefit someone like you. But like right now, we're just not in like a position for that. But I would like to, like, someday hopefully be in a position where we could do things like that, and, you know, and actually get some, you know, first looks out to people about things. But
well, we got our last question from Samantha Cross. Hey boys, how do you guys feel about the hot mess that is GameStop right now? Boston Globe reported that even though they were forced to shut down, that employees are being forced to go back to work. Also, they're closing 300 more stores.
I mean, I think the whole GameStop thing, I didn't read this Boston Globe story, but I do know, like, the closing 300 more stores. I mean, this was like, it's almost like the perfect storm of things where, like, okay, they're going to have this new social aspect to their stores, and now we're like forced to be in a social distancing situation, which is like totally backwards of what they wanted to do. And then but I think, you know, GameStop is trying to do everything they can to stay afloat, and it just you know, even if it's putting other people at risk or whatever, you know, I just think it's I don't know, I feel like maybe people like their physical stuff, but like I think more and more people are ordering their physical stuff off of Amazon, or, you know, going to Best Buy or Target or something, because they're more readily available instead of, you know, going to GameStop. You know, I just feel like there's just a whole combination of things of why GameStop is drowning right now, and
yeah,
this coronavirus is not helping them either. So.
Well, I think part of it too is it's the whole thing, like you don't see it as much in smaller places like where I live or something, and I mean, you kind of somewhat do, but I've gone to California a couple of times, and, you go around California and like a lot of their restaurants, like it will be a taco place, but they also sell burgers. They also sell, everything. And the problem is unfortunately, like that need for a place that only sells video games and, and like stuff like that.
You forgot Funko Pops.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't always work. A lot of people like the idea of being able to go to Target, and now a lot of Targets you can buy groceries at. So it's like you can do everything that you need to do for shopping at a place like that and still get the games and still get, special limited versions of things at Target
that
that only you can get there.
Though GameStop do carry some like anime style games that Target and Best Buy them don't carry. So there are some exclusives that are people who are
but
into
you can also get
games.
those. You can get those on Amazon. You can get those on PlayAsia. You can get those on all these other things. And also like it doesn't help either that Walmart the first week the games are out they're selling them for $10 cheaper now. Like that's like a strategy they're using to get you into their store.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. GameStop is one of those things where initially it was the best. It was the best place to buy video games. It just was.
Yeah.
At the time, but as time went on, GameStop did not change to adapt to keep up with competition, and that is why it started to gradually die. Essentially, GameStop is a place. It's a great community for video gamers, but GameStop itself treats their people who create those communities like garbage. And not only that, like I said before, they haven't changed to adapt to any of what's happened with Amazon or Walmart or there's just a big box stores also selling video games and can do it cheaper. And that's the reason why we are where we are. So it's just the perfect storm of not doing what they needed to do to survive has got them where they are right now. And unfortunately, I don't think that they're going to survive, and that's on them.
Plus, when was the last time you bought something physically? And unless you like... Ed, I know all your games are physical, but like I'm specifically to Ray and Jesse, when was the last time you bought a physical edition of a game that wasn't something that you like really, really, really loved? Like for example, like I'm gonna buy every Zelda game physically because I love Zelda, right? But like I'm not going to go out and buy The Witcher physically. I'm not going to go out and buy like The Division or Destiny physically. Like
it really just depends, because I do still try and like to support the people who I know that work at GameStop. So I'll go and buy a game there or two at least once a month. I'm buying a physical game still.
And when it comes to the thought of purchasing a video game, most people think about GameStop before they say words like Best Buy, Target, and Walmart. GameStop
I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore. I feel like that's shifting.
Well, now the big shift is that more people are buying stuff digitally than they are physically, and that's why I said with some of the people who like anime games, you can't really say I'm gonna buy Wonder Swan 58,000 at Target because Target doesn't carry that.
They don't carry those.
GameStop
barely carries those.
Right, and so if GameStop goes away, those style of games that people don't really pay attention to on the digital front nor talk about, they're going to be missing those games where to purchase that, and it may hurt that publisher and developer who makes those style of games. Not saying that it's going to be a transfer to it, but they're like a game like 999 or Danganronpa and stuff. People who see that physical version at GameStop, they might have to go and get it there because you can't really get it nowhere else.
It also benefits, GameStop. Okay. I mean, just to your point, Ed, like being able to pre-order those types of games, GameStop knows how many to order, whereas Target, like, they don't care. They're not going to order that game because people who are like, quote unquote hardcore gamers and want those types of games will go to Amazon or GameStop to buy those games or pre-order it or whatever, and Target has so many other things that they're like, video games is only like 1/20th of their business or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. And the problem with Amazon that depending on how your Prime is or, how the Amazon delivered their stuff to you, you literally won't get that new game on the day of release when it comes out.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had a problem with that. Like when I order a pre-order a Switch game or something, like I've never had an issue with Amazon not getting it to me on release day.
I mean, you also live in a place where there is a very high concentration of Amazon deliveries. Like, so I'm in the Midwest, and I've never gotten a game on time from Amazon. Never.
Same here.
I live in the Midwest. I mean,
and literally, I'm an hour from Wisconsin, from where they're supposed to be sending the game from, and they still won't deliver it on time.
I get mine on time usually, but I honestly don't order games off of Amazon too much. I should be, because I'm paying for like Amazon Prime,
and sometimes Target and Best Buy don't get all of those games that you want coming out, or if they do come out, you go in and ask for it, they can't find it.
Yep.
So it's just there's a pro and con to GameStop in a sense, and I think we all can agree about that.
I think GameStop.
Oh, go ahead. Just
like I don't mind GameStop existing, right? I'm not mad at GameStop. I'm mad at how corporate is treating their managers and their like, that's the whole problem right now, specifically. Well, is like they're trying to force their workers to work in this terrible condition that we're all in right now. And like I'm aware that some places in the world have it worse than others, right? But it's still like, have you been in a GameStop? They're like the size of my closet, and
I know. I have a theory on like what GameStop like why they're failing so bad is, I honestly think that instead of them having 5 stores in one town, what they should have done is they should have went for more of a Barnes and Noble style, like approach to it, where you just have one nice big building that takes care of like all, like, because just imagine if you had a Barnes and Noble, but all it dealt with was like video game stuff. Like they literally had it like upstairs. You could have the arcades, or people could play, demos of games that they maybe wanna buy, and like instead of overpaying for all these little stores all in the same area, they should have just put all that money into one place, hire a decent amount of people like Barnes and Noble does, where they have people that can walk around and kind of help people out, but there's also people that are at the registers that just specifically worry about that stuff. Like that's their problem, is they're making people do the stocking, the helping, and the cash, doing the cash register. And they're expecting 2 people or 1 person to do all those things all at the same time. And
I mean,
they're just wasting so much money.
Unless it's a midnight release or something, like I don't think I've ever seen more than 1 person in the GameStop by my house. Like ever.
I see people in our GameStop all the time.
I just meant employees.
I've seen. We usually have about 3, actually.
Yeah, ours in the mall has 3, but that's because the mall gets pretty busy. But it's still like it's like super small though. It's such a small.
And I never could say, after this COVID thing calms down, once there's an antidote and and all of that, people are going to be out shopping like crazy. So GameStop's business is, this is just me personally, I feel like GameStop's business is going to jump. Targets, Walmart's, the mall, every business around the smug. I like, once this quarantine thing is kind of put to rest, businesses are going to jump, because everybody is going to want to be out, and people who think about games, I think they're going to head to GameStop if they got some good deals going on. But everybody, that has been the show. Thank you guys for joining us this week on Boss Rush Podcast. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me almost everywhere as Phantom NXS.
Ray, where can we find you?
You can find me most places as Ray Apollo, RayApollo. But I want you to focus on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for me, RayApollo. No space. Okay?
No space. Corey, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at IamCoreyHD.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at ThatVentureCode, and you can follow me on Twitch and Mr. at the Lyrical One, and check out After the Opinion on SoundCloud. With that, everybody, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, be healthy. And as always, let's continue to be better with one another. And let's all play games. With that, everybody, we will see you next time on Watch What's Podcast. Bye, everybody.